Hi, Samantha. Hello. Hi, Samantha. Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Samantha Uncut, where I discuss celebrity news, hot topics, reality TV, and so much more. All commentary is alleged and in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Hey, everyone. I hope you all are having an amazing morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And I'm back with some updates on the Sean Diddy Combs trial. The prosecution has released the full unedited video of what occurred between Cassie and Diddy back in 2016. The security camera footage has been released, and so I have that within this video. You will see the full 14 to 15 minute video. Before we get into that, y'all know what to do. Make sure that you like, comment, and share this video. And also, don't forget to follow me on my social media platform at Samantha Uncut on Instagram and Samantha.uncut on TikTok. Okay, so let's get into this video. But before we do that, I just want to say that this video, there is no audio on the video. You can visibly see them having a conversation, like Cassie and Diddy, and along with the security guard who came up to the floor. You can see them having a conversation, but unfortunately we're not able to hear what was being said. And also the video is very graphic, so if you are someone who may be triggered by the events that may occur in this video, I would suggest for you to maybe click off of this video or watch at your own risk. It is very graphic. It is heart-wrenching, so I just want to put that out there, and I want to warn you guys. And also, when I say that the video is unedited, I mean in terms of it not being like an AI video. It is the video that was secured from by CNN or by the prosecution, and they're displaying that video. So when I say it's not altered, I mean like it's not altered based on any AI technology or anything like that. You will also see the video from different angles, so don't be alarmed if you're seeing like a repetitive motion happening. It's just the video being shown from the different angles. So yeah. So at the beginning of the video, we see Cassie by the elevator trying to put her shoes on. Or she has her bag, she has her stuff. She's trying to get the elevator to work so she can get away from Diddy. And she is fidgeting with her bag, and then around the corner comes Diddy, who now grabs her and throw her on the floor. And he kicked her while she was on the floor, which is something that she testified to yesterday in court, that he would try to stomp on her while she's on the floor. And he tries to drag her back into the room, as you can see from this video. So she manages to get away from him while he was trying to drag her to the room. She got up and she walked over back to the elevator to grab whatever items that were dropped from her bag, and then she goes over to call security. I'm assuming that she went over to call security or the security guard, and then Diddy comes around and he is saying something to her. I can assume that he's trying to tell her that what is she doing, or is she trying to call someone? Like what is she trying to do? That's just my opinion of what he could possibly be saying to her at this point. Now, if you look into the mirror that is facing the opposite end of the camera, you can see when Diddy comes around the corner, she's trying to tell him no, something like she's trying to tell him no. And as you can see in the corner there, he grabbed her and he is trying to attack her, and he grabbed her phone and he's walking back to the room. So now Cassie's without her phone, and I think she's on the floor, and he comes back to kind of sit down to verbally like attack her, and he threw, it looks like an object that he took off the table, he threw at her, and then he gets up and he walks back to the room with her phone in his hand. So he did not give her back her phone. As you can see, her phone is still in his hand, and he turned around to say something else to her, and then he went back into the room, and he came back out again to point at her in some kind of threatening manner. He's pointing at her and he's saying something to her. Again, we can't hear what he's saying, and he is now standing with his arms crossed over his torso or his crotch area. His arms are crossed there. He's standing in a very domineering position while he's speaking to her. So he walks up to her again, and you can see her stretching her hands, kind of like saying no, because she thinks that he's going to come to her again to try to attack her. So she's saying no to him, but he sits down. Now here you have a different angle of the hallway where Cassie was coming outside of the room, and she is walking towards the elevator. So she has her bag in her hand, she has on her hoodie, and she's walking towards the elevator. And then you can visibly see Diddy running down the hallway in his towel, trying to catch up to her so that she doesn't leave. So the previous video that you saw was where she was standing at the elevator trying to get her shoes on, because right here she does not have her shoes on. So at the elevator she was trying to get her shoes on. That's where Diddy catch up to her, and this is the different angle of him trying to drag her back to the room, and she kind of got away, or he let her go, thinking that she was gonna walk back to him, and then she got up and she left to go back to the elevator, and he looked around, didn't see her, so he went back outside to try to grab her again to get her back to the room. And again, guys, this is just my interpretation of what I'm seeing from the video and what I'm trying to put together based on what is shown here. I can just imagine what was happening. I don't know exactly the conversation or the words that are being spoken in this video. This is just my interpretation of what's happening. And so here you see the angle where Diddy was trying to stand and talk to her, and he's saying something to her we can't hear. He then tries to grab her stuff again and take it back to the room. So she is standing outside where the elevator is while he grabbed her stuff and taking it back to the room. So as you can see from the video, he is not trying to have her leave at all. Like, her attempts at trying to leave the hotel is being stopped by him. He's grabbing her stuff, he's trying to pull her, he does not want her to leave at all. So now we're seeing the other angle of him coming back from the bedroom or from the hotel room, where he put down her stuff and he went back outside to then attack her. This is when now he went up to grab her phone, and he went to sit down and grab her phone and go back to the room. So you'll see him coming back through from this angle with her phone in his hand, and he is standing in the hallway trying to talk to her, and he's pointing at her in a threatening he's pointing to me in a threatening manner towards her, and then this is where he's standing again in his domineering position, asserting his authority to her. That's just my opinion of what I am seeing from the video and what I'm interpreting from what is happening in the video. So now he is still trying to get her to stay, and at this point Cassie had called the security. So you'll also see the security personnel coming up to the room, and right here you see the security personnel and Cassie. They're going towards the room where he turned back because Diddy was outside. So I think the security guard went back to get Diddy, and you can see them walking back towards the room. And I think this is a point where the security guard who testified yesterday, he's now he's a LAPD officer. He testified that he went back to the room with Diddy, and he was trying to talk to him about the hotel policy and the damage damage that is being done to the property. And this is, I believe this is the personnel that he had thrown the money at once they were back into the room, and he saw the other gentleman who was in the room, because this video was taken from one of their alleged freak-offs. So the personnel is trying to talk to him about what is happening, and that he had also mentioned that he told Diddy that Cassie is allowed to leave if she wants to, and he basically told him that Cassie ain't leaving. Yes, so I believe this is the conversation that he is having with Diddy, that he testified to yesterday on day day one. Sorry, he testified on day one, I believe it was, or day 1 or 2, I believe he testified, where he was trying to have a conversation with Diddy about the hotel policy and everything that was happening on the floor at that time. So it seems like he had quite a lengthy conversation with Diddy, and then he tried to help Cassie, or ushered Cassie to go back to the room to grab her things, because she wanted her things so she could leave. So you'll see Cassie walking back up to the room, and he is gesturing for her to go ahead to go to the room because he's going to be there. And so right here you see him gesturing towards Cassie to go ahead. She can go back to the room to grab her things so she can leave. And Cassie is reluctantly walking up to the room, because God knows what could happen when she enters back that room. And you never know. You just never know. And again, this is just my interpretation of the video of what is happening. Now you have the cleaners coming on the floor trying to get the rooms clean, and we got all this scuffle and buffle happening on the floor. God knows if other guests on the floor heard anything or saw anything, what was going on. We don't know. It's a mess. So Cassie got her things, and she is coming back out with her things just by herself. She goes into the elevator area alone, and the security guard is still in the room with Diddy and the other gentleman. As he testified, he gave his testimony, and I believe this was the moment that Diddy tried to grab his phone, because as you can see, he's coming out with his phone or an item in his hand, and he was recording the damages of the property. But Diddy had thought that he was trying to record him, so Diddy had tried to grab his phone. That was his testimony that he gave. So you'll see the security guard walking back and forth, just checking out the properties to see any damages or what damages that were done. You'll also see Diddy walking back towards the elevator. I guess, in my opinion, he's trying to check to see if Cassie actually left, because he's gonna come out in his towel. He comes out with his cell phone, and he's checking to see if she's still there. At this point, I believe she had left, and so he decided to make a phone call. In my opinion, I believe he called someone to ask them, did she leave? Is she downstairs? Where is she? Go find her. All these things. That's just my opinion, because the way he's being with Cassie in this video, I don't think that he would just allow her to just leave the hotel and go willy-nilly anywhere that she wants to go, because he's going to have someone to track her down, which he has done. Allegedly, Cassie testified to that. Now you have the cleaners who are coming back out from the room, or from a room, and they're visibly having some conversation. So I'm pretty sure they're talking about what just happened, what they witnessed, what they heard, or whatever was happening at that time. They're having their conversation about it. And the rest of the video is just different angles showing you exactly what happened. So we're getting different angles of Diddy trying to drag Cassie from the elevator point back to the room. We're seeing Cassie walking into the elevator, Diddy running out in his towel, trying to grab her, threatening her, in my opinion, that she needs to get back to the room. So that's what we're seeing for the remainder of the video, just the different angles that they have put together to show what was happening. Yeah, if I have any subscriber that is great at reading lips, if you want to rewind the video and try to figure out what Cassie was saying or what Diddy was saying to her and what she was saying to him in this video, that would be great, because you can visibly see her lips moving and she's saying something to him, and she's very like adamant with him about something, and he is also very adamant with her about not wanting her to leave, clearly. So it would be great if we had the audio for this video and I could know exactly what was being said, because that would put so much more context to what's happening. Like I said, the video is very graphic. It is a true testament as to a glimpse of what she has experienced during her relationship with Diddy, and the way he was with her, the way he had control over her. And of course, you guys can see Cassie's slender frame when compared to Diddy. Like, she could barely even manage him when he tried to grab her and pull her back to the room, because she just allegedly was a part of a freak off session, and she was probably also intoxicated, and she probably had other substance in her system at that point too. So we also have to take that into consideration of her strength at that time, that she was not able to fight Diddy in that moment to try to get away. And even if she did, we all know based on her testimony that he would have other people track her down. So even if she did get away in this moment, it wouldn't be for a very long time, because he is going to find her. He's controlling her, allegedly. So he is going to get his way one way or the other, and he had different individuals who were assisting him in making sure that she stays and that she's still under his control. So these kind of situations, when you think about the trial and you think about their relationship, you have to consider the different dynamic of him being the kind of guy that he is, the kind of guy who has all this money and power to get what he wants. Again, my prayers are just going up for Cassie and all the victims who are part of this trial and who have been AB'd by Diddy, his organization, his staff, or whoever he has employed to do the AB. I don't know, like, it is so horrific, all the details that are coming out during this trial. And I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like I may need to take a mental break from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, because it is a lot. So yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video.